Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling, and shall we see what's going on on our lovely island of Fawnhallow today, where we'll be relaxing as per usual. I didn't press A, and I was like, why does it sound like as soon as something is even the slightest bit off with the intro, immediately my flag, there's an internal flag in my head which goes, what happened? But I recorded some, I'm actually recording things like nicely in advance, like I recorded Lorelei and Laser Eyes, like all that's done. 9 Souls, I recorded 2 episodes in advance as well. Mainly because I said before, I'm having a great time with 9 Souls at the moment. I defeated that boss that I was talking about, so let's say the, a boss to do, aristocratic boss, shall we say. Bosses, maybe. Hello everyone. Right now in Fawnhallow, it's 5:59 PM on Saturday, February 21st, 2026. Honestly, it just made me sad, the story of that boss. Like a lot of it is sad. I mean, but they're all sad, you know. And it's actually one of my favourite stories of like the what could have been, you know, story. You know, like I think nothing exemplifies it more than Arcane in my eyes. Or just a story where like everything was so close. It was so close of just being perfect, of it just working out. And then it didn't, you know. One mistake from someone, one fateful thing where they could or could not have seen it coming. And, you know, how different things could have been. I say Arcane mainly because of that episode. Where my mega enemy episode, if you know the episode I'm talking about in Arcane, you'll know what I'm talking about. My favourite episode of Arcane, it's so good. Because it's so good seeing, I suppose, the darkness and the despair, I suppose, that you see in regular Arcane. But to see that episode, to be like, this is how good it could have been. This is what the lives they could have lived. That, and it's like, ooh, that makes it even more delicious to me. So I hope 9 Souls actually does that at some point as well, because I'd just be like, yes. Because right now it's just what's being made up in my mind. But there's so many horrible fates, shall we say, that this is sort of like a, what could have been if, I don't know, things just worked out. Maybe it was always doomed to fail by the personalities of the people involved, but, you know. A little different introspection here and there, who knows. There's something deeply beautiful, I think, in the tragedy, I suppose. Maybe that's why I like it so much as a jeune frère. Okay. Put the horse macro model down. It's facing the wrong way. Wait. The B button. What do I usually use to sprint? Is it normally B? I got confused there for a second because I was like, I don't normally press the B button down sprint, do I? No, I think I do actually. But yeah. It's an absolutely gorgeous thing, I think. To be like just that close. Like the closest it could have been to just been like everyone could have just lived a happy life or something. Everything could have worked out, you know. Enemies didn't necessarily become villains or whatever, they redeemed themselves, or they got stopped before things could happen, they didn't go down a dark path because of something like that. So delicious. Beautiful tragedy. I love that beautiful tragedy. But yeah, what else to talk about? I don't know what I'm going to talk about, though, in general. But yeah, I'm just like, it's, I don't know, I'm just having a really good time with 9 Souls. And then, like, genuinely, I think it's mainly because of the story. Like, but the gameplay is actually quite fun as well. But, like, I don't find it, like, even more fun than necessarily, like, Hollow Knight or something gameplay is. It's just the story is absolutely selling me on it. Which, if anything, goes to show that I should definitely play more narrative-focused games, right? They're definitely my favourites. All that and puzzle games. Lorelei and Laser Eyes also, I think, has hit a good stride as well. Now they're actually doing puzzles. Now it actually feels like I've got direction. Honkai Star Wars pretty good. I haven't started the next new quest yet. I'll probably do a little bit of it today. I'm trying to basically divide it over multiple days because otherwise it's quite a lot to do at once. But I really want to listen to the 9 Souls soundtrack, but I also don't want to get spoiled on upcoming things. Like, I've made my guesses, basically, of what things are essentially coming. Like, I've made a prediction which I can't see being wrong, or what the final boss is. Like, it certainly almost has to be this, right? And yeah, I don't know what else necessarily to say about that. Yes. Just have a bit of a stretch. We're going to be doing some drawing club later. I don't know what we'll be drawing necessarily, to be honest. What did we do last time? What did we do last time? Oh, that's right. We did like these Disney characters, like made up Disney characters. I forgot about that. We did them all for, really, it was, if anything, it was made up Zootopia characters. It would probably be most accurate, but yeah, I don't know. We'll probably be, I'm not sure. I'm feeling more of like a thematic prompt today. Because that one was meant to be more stylistic. I'm not sure if I really nailed a Disney sort of vibe, but it's also a bit harder to say because a lot of my style is kind of inspired by Disney in the first place. So, shrug. Yeah, I don't know what I want to talk about. I'm just trying to sort of think. I think like a beautiful tragedy. What other sort of, you know, maybe this is the sort of thing we search. Stories of what could have been, you know? What could have been? As a TV tropes. When directors release details about plots, characters, or backstories, or other elements of a thought. Oh, but this more of a meta TV trope. That's not really what I meant. It's like what the original writers wanted to release, but then they didn't. Because of whatever reasons, you know. The fact you're releasing to a capitalist landscape, you had to appeal, I suppose, to a certain degree. You know what this reminds me? Nine Souls has an art. Does it have a physical art book? Nine Souls physical art book. I would absolutely get an art book for this game. Is there a way to buy a physical art book of this game? Digital on Steam, but I want it physical. But it's only in Taiwan. How plausible would it? Well, I suppose next time I go to Taiwan, which I don't know if if that will ever be. I guess it'll also be written in Chinese. Oh no, it's not. It's also written in English. Could get a digital one. I don't know. Physical one sounds really cool. I hope they release it outside of Taiwan at some point. We're planning to release a physical rewards and art book for Nine Souls, ensuring that non-backers also have the opportunity to acquire them. Does not include a Yi figure, so there's no plans for it to re-release. That's fine. I don't know. I'm too late on the Nine Souls thing. Like it's got me hooked on the story. Well, that's kind of it. Should I get the plushie? I don't know. I kind of want one for each of his souls. I will say the figure of Yi is actually very cool. Kind of makes me want to do Nine Souls fan art or something at some point, but I'll wait till I actually finish the game and then I can actually make a bit of a judgment on the entire thing. But yeah, I don't know what to talk about. There's a lot of things to do. Musically, I've got to do that. We have a holiday coming up, which I need to help contribute some things to, I think. Or at least have a look. It's tough. How's Umumusme coming along? It's tough. Training for the next CM. It's also like reasonably soon the next new CM. Like I've got my Saiyan Sky parent. It's not a very good one. 6 mile, and it's like 2-star wit, 3-star stamina. So it's like 5 stars stats in total. It's fine, but it has like an insane amount of green skills. So should make it very easy to get groundwork and the composite green skills. But I had what could have been a really good smart Falcon run, but taking the lead never procced, and she can't proc groundwork, and it's so sad. I didn't even get early lead. So that kind of sucks. If it happened though, I would have been using that and I would be trading Summer Marizensky right now. Kind of sucks there's not many dirt Umas to train. At least Gold City is viable. Anyway, not point. What are we going to talk about? I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't know, I'm in just such like a narrative game mood at the moment. I think Star Wars really sort of reignited it, like playing through the story again. I'm just like, I'm just not blazing through. Like, it took me 3 days, I think, to get through the other one. Which, to be honest, actually is, you know, a reasonable amount of time. It's about, because like the videos that you see online of like letting it play through automatically is about 6 hours, 7 hours-ish. I'm sort of like pressing through probably kind of rapidly, so it's probably like 4 hours for me or something. So I'm only playing like an hour and a bit each day, but God, it's engaging. I'm so enraptured in narrative at the moment. Maybe this is what I need to get back into reading. I don't know. But I need to listen to the Music League some point as well. So let's just open the Spotify one. There's an interesting theme this time. It was called Wealth Tax, which is all about songs about money. And I was like, wow, I do not know many songs about money. The next one's gonna be even harder. There's songs about having no money, although brackets or being at rock bottom, which makes it a bit easier. Because I'm like, songs about no money is insanely difficult. So yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm trying to think of more like beautiful tragedies or things, but I wasn't really prepared to talk about this topic. And nor have I even finished Nine Souls, so perhaps it's not even my place to say. But I do feel this is what people feel like, where they're like, I need to go out and make some like fan art or something, or this thing that they love. Is this what passion feels like? I don't know. I think it's a combination of Nine Souls being both a good game, but narrative, you know, being one which fits into the sort of genre I like, and then also having motifs and elements from things I'm familiar with, which feels representative of me in a way. Not wholly unfairly. It's not like I grew up in China. I'm not going to try and claim false valor there, but in certain degrees, and that's all coming together to be like, yes, I want to represent something from it. I do got to work on the Animal Crossing thumbnail. I haven't actually worked on it for a while, to be honest. And there's about a month left. If I miss the deadline for this one as well, that's embarrassment. I might as well just stop forever. Obviously, I'm not going to, but it'll be fine. I can do it. I believe in myself. I still don't really know what I'm talking about. It's sort of like a grab bag of different topics here. Yeah, I feel like I'm on, I don't know, I just feel like I'm on a narrative spree at the moment. Things are hitting, because I think Amphorius is also kind of like a, because the thing is, I know the story doesn't end totally in tragedy, like they do it, like they succeed somehow in the end, but like so far, like I can imagine playing up to this point being like, oh yeah, it seems like basically a tragedy, or it's a really hard-earned victory, but a lot of the Amphorius story is also sort of like, oh, what could have been, you know? Wouldn't it have been just so simple if X, Y, Z? But unfortunately not going to spoil Amphorius story for you. It's actually incredibly convoluted. But yeah, I'm on a sort of like narrative bend at the moment, which is good, you know. Stories are fun. Stories are fun, you know. Doesn't have to always be in, I think, novel form. There are many ways to tell a story, and it kind of depends on which way engages you the most, I think is the one that you should stick with, right? And currently games, I suppose, are. I think it's something nice when you can interweave the feeling of mechanics in the games within the narrative itself. It's like you have a bit of fun playing game, you learn a bit more about the narrative as well, etc, etc. It's all nice. Yeah, what else am I going to say about that? I don't know. It's nice to, I think, feel excited to do things, in general. That made it sound so much more depressing than I meant it to be, but it's sort of like It's exciting for things to happen, right? It's exciting to feel the sort of motivation to be like, yes, let's go out and do things. Let's see this through. Let's have fun with this, you know? That's just kind of what I mean. But yeah. Da, 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 da. Brr, brr, brr. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm just on a narrative end, and probably after this I'll go eat some dinner, probably play a bit Honkai Star Rail, and then that'll be it. We played a lot of Riot and Steel as well. We've completed extra mode hard on all the characters now, so we got all the palettes, but now we need to do random mode. Okay, well, actually two things. We need to get lunar difficulty on the base game done, and then we also need to do random hard mode with all the characters, because there's even more unlocks to get, which is crazy. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to round this episode up here. I actually don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm on a narrative spin right now, and I'm going to go engage with a narrative. I'm going to become well, I'm already the protagonist of my own story, I suppose, but you know what I mean. I'm going to go, I don't know, I'm just having a fun time. Let girls have fun, you know. So, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Adam Crossing New Horizons. I've been Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see you again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye-bye for now.